Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing a little film tutorial on Skater XL. I've been getting a couple of questions on stream recently from a lot of new players. They want to know how to film. I'm basically going to not really teach you how to necessarily film in Skater XL. I'm going to show you how to smooth your keyframes out. So I have a video on this already currently. I'll link that same video below. That video that I did before kind of used a fisheye and a couple mods to get that done. But you know what? Today, I'm going to turn off my stats, okay? So we're using default stats, and we're going to be using just the regular camera. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over the settings in the camera. I want to cover this first. So basically, when you go into the replay editor, maybe I'll just do a little line to show you guys. So, do a little kick flip on the background there. Go into replay editor, and basically when I have this menu pulled up, so there's a couple modes. There's the orbit mode that travels around the character. Makes it very easy to film clips with. There's also tripod mode, so when he skates, now you're kind of stuck in place and the filmer will always be in the middle of the frame. But personally, what I use is free mode, so this is kind of like freehand mode. This is, you have full control of the camera. You can be wherever you want. So I could film this clip from over here. I can film it up close. Free movement is the only setting that I personally use, but it's all up to you what you guys want to do. The next thing is right, left, right, in and out. So that's obviously the left trigger. So in, out, left, right, up and down. With the D-pad, up and down, you can go up and down. Rotate. With the R stick, you can look around and rotate. Roll sideways. Right button plus R. So this is how you roll, so you can tilt the camera. If you're going to be holding a fisheye and filming next to the skater, it's a good idea to add a little bit of swivel to the camera, because typically a person will be holding it in their hands. It makes it look really natural. So by having the right button and tilting, and then for the keyframes option, so keyframes are basically pictures that you take at key moments of the clip. Basically what I'm doing now too, I made sure that I pressed the A button so he's not playing. So press A to make sure that he's paused. And you can play the clip back with the left trigger and the right trigger. So that's how I play it back. But yeah, so here is, so for this kickflip, the key moments would be where he starts. So right about here, I can take a picture with the button X. And for the use keyframes, you have to have this turned off. If you have the use keyframes turned on, you can't move the camera at all. If you press select and turn it off, you can now move the camera. Right here, before you hit the kickflip, I'll take a picture with the button X on my controller. So one picture, I'll roll forward with the right trigger. Take a picture there. Maybe roll a little bit to the left. So right now, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to trim the clip. That's the next option. So start is left button plus left trigger plus right trigger. So you can go back and forth like this. And when you have the selected area, you can press apply. And it chopped my clip down to only the kickflip. So here's the first picture that I taken, and the second picture. And basically between this picture and this picture, the video will roll between those and create a little clip. But that's the first two keyframes. Typically you want to add more, so that's where I started from. This is when he pops, or is in the air. I'll roll forward a little bit more, maybe when he's about here, or catching the trick. So there's another picture there. Maybe when he's rolling away. Another picture there. So there's one picture, two pictures, three pictures, four pictures. I have to use the keyframes now. So when I'm capturing the shots, I have the use keyframes turned off, so I can watch the clip and make the keyframes. But when I want to watch the keyframes, I have to turn them on. So now when I play the clip, the camera will travel between all of those pictures or frames that I've taken. And that wasn't even a full kickflip, was it? It rotated it backwards. That wasn't the full kickflip. But essentially, that's how you do it. So, one picture, two pictures, three pictures, four. And the camera smooths out between all those frames. So that's the very basics of how to get started with filming. So I covered all of the menu basically. So definitely follow that. Go through the menu so you know what you can do as your tools. So you want to make sure that you know how to change the movement mode. You want to make sure that you know how to tilt. And you want to make sure you know how to zoom in. Zoom in I didn't cover, I don't think either. So basically that's field of view. Right button plus left. is how you zoom in, and you can get some pretty cool effects. The first thing I want to show you guys is how to kind of simulate a fisheye effect. So there is no fisheye on console, but what you can do to film lines is basically zoom out a little bit and increase the field of view. So let's find a spot to session. I think on stream somebody told me to film a kickflip backside Smith grind. Let's find an object to do that on. There we go. Kickflip, back Smith, 180 out. So you have a clip, and you want to film it fisheye. So what I would do is kind of go up to my guy like this, and essentially press the right button and zoom out a little bit. Don't do it too much to the point where when you go close to the guy, he looks like he's like out of proportion. So you want it to look natural, but look like a fisheye. So not too distorted. See, when he gets closer to the edge, the more distorted he gets. For fisheye, this is all personal preference. Depends on how you guys like to film. But this is what I would do. So I'm gonna look at the ground or something. I'll look at the ground like this. And then that was my first frame. I took a picture of that. That was my very first picture that I took. And I'm gonna get ready for my second picture I take. Take a picture of that. Play it forward in time again. And this is all rough too. You go back and edit all this after the fact. So there's a Smith grind. It's kind of a bad Smith, but you know, just for filming purposes, we'll film that. And then rolling away. And I'll take a picture of that right there. So we'll play it back with the trigger. And that was the rough beginning. So I'm not a big fan of how that was done. Maybe the fisheye at the beginning looked okay, but right about here, his whole face leaves the frame. So I'm gonna tilt the camera back up and place another keyframe right in the middle. So I could chop this up if I want to. Chop it up, and these are my keyframes I have. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. I've added an extra keyframe. So I got the clip, and the extra keyframe keeps him in the frame now. And then he goes out. And we'll play back full speed, see if it's smooth. But I'm pretty sure what I can also do at the end of this is save the clip by pressing the start button. So after I film this, I'll press start and click the A button. And now my clip is saved. Now when I go back into my replays, I can go back to that clip that I just got. So downtown Los Angeles. And here is the clip that I just got saved into my replay. And yeah, so that's how you could do a fisheye clip. Really quick, I'm gonna show you how to do a long lens one. Like ollieing over this would be sick. So how about a trick over that, like a kickflip? That's kind of a big object though. If you watch the controller overlay in the bottom left corner, you'll see how this trick is being performed here. So high pop, kickflip. That was a hippie flip. I just hippie flipped through the rail. That was crazy. Kickflip. There we go. That's a nice one. So I'm going to play that back. Skip to where the kickflip was. That was sick. Alright, so I'll capture that. Maybe I'll be like right here. I want to see him roll up. So I'm going to actually pan to the... As I'm filming this, I'm going to pan to the left as I'm going. Alright, so I'll capture him way down the street, right? So here's one keyframe. I'm going to pan to the left as he's coming up. The next keyframe I'll put it like right about, maybe right about here. I'm going to start zooming out. So zoomed out, zoom out, zoom out. I'm going to keep panning to the left. And then maybe go up like this and maybe zoom back in a little bit. Or maybe zoom out and then pan to the left. Then start zooming back in. Do whatever you want. So there's, like, you can zoom out to the board or something. And I'll watch that back. Rolling up as the camera is zooming out. Panning to the left. And then a fat kickflip. And then I zoomed in. I'll trim this clip to get extra close. And then I'll get rid of this one keyframe right here. And I'll want to put it back onto his body. So right between this frame and the next frame, he goes out of the clip. So right between these two clips, I'm going to put him right in the middle. I'm going to press another keyframe. So I'm going to add a keyframe to my existing frames. Then I have 1 picture taken, 2 pictures taken, 3, 4, 5. That's the whole clip itself. Just 5 keyframes is it. And that was okay. He kind of leaves the frame here a little bit, so I can add another keyframe right there, and that whole clip should be done, basically. And that's kind of it, really. I could have made it a little bit better at the end, but that's basically how I could film that clip. You could do it a bunch of different ways, but in combination of panning to the side, zooming in and out, I could have also tilted if I wanted to. There's a bunch of techniques that are available in this list, so go through this entire list and make sure that you know what to do, like what they do, because there's a bunch of techniques that you might not know you can do. So zooming in, tilting the camera, all this can be utilized to get really realistic clips. Maybe I'll film a line. All right, here we go. So tray flip, back crook, and then I'll do a nollie, back tail. And that was a bit sloppy, but let's do a front side or backside heel. I hit the jersey barrier, but just for learning purposes, I'll film it. So I'm gonna press A, make him stop. I'm gonna press Y twice to go into free mode. I'm gonna do this all in free mode. So I'm gonna look up my guy and try to make a fisheye really quick. So I'm gonna press the right button, zoom out. So that's my first key. That's my first frame. I took a picture of that. I'm gonna play him forward in time with the right trigger. Just before he pops. Just before the pop there. But I'm turning to the right, so I'm gonna tilt it to the right. There's a picture right there. I'm gonna let him pop up where he's at his highest point. Take another picture here. Don't want to lose him from the frame. And then I'm gonna start going underneath him. So like there's a nice little picture, that's not bad. And then get close. It's all up to you how you want to film this, but this is personally how I like to film. I use a GoPro camera in real life. I take inspiration from Dr. Purple Teeth a lot, so a lot of this looks like GoPro footage almost, a little bit, but yeah, really low to the ground. And I'm gonna keep going, rolling. I don't need too many keyframes here because it'll smooth out between them. But he's about to pop, so there's a keyframe right there. X. Let him roll over. This is where I'm slowing down, so he's gonna go a lot faster than me. I'm slowing down. Put a keyframe there, and maybe like one right here as well. My filmer stopped at the very top of the staircase. So that's quite a bit of keyframes that we just put down. I'll chop that up. And there's 1 frame here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pictures in total for this line. We'll play it back and see how it looks, and if I need to fix any frames, I'll adjust them as I go. Okay, so right here, look at this. I need to fix that completely, right? So it doesn't look bad though. The whole line was very, very smooth. I just need to fix a couple frames when he leaves the camera. So I'll play it back slowly, see what happens. So he's in the frame. Everything looks good. Everything's good. Until about right here, I could have captured the landing a bit better. So I'm gonna adjust it down a little bit. Place a keyframe right there. When I watch that again, he's in the frame. I'll watch for more. Right here, the skateboard was kind of leaving the frame again. I'm gonna lower it down just so he's right in the middle. And what else? That, I leave the frame again. So right between these 2 keyframes right in the middle. Go back a little bit, put a keyframe so he's right in the middle. Doesn't have to be in the middle though, whatever you want. And right here was the worst part of it all. I had a big space between this frame and this frame, and it traveled too quickly. So I'll put right between these 2 keyframes, right there in the middle. I'm gonna zoom out, not zoom out, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna put him back into the frame again, and now that should be fixed. And between these frames, now he leaves. So I'm gonna go back again, one more time. And maybe get rid of this keyframe right here because it seems to be acting funny. But maybe zoom up a little bit. I don't want to be too far away from him, so try that. That was pretty good. So we'll play that whole clip. That was all edited after the fact, so I filmed it roughly first. And then I added keyframes and took away keyframes that needed to be changed. So here's the whole clip. Nice. So whenever I release the triggers, he can slow down, like that, and then I'll speed him back up. And that's how you can slow-mo. And on PC at least, when I capture that, the slow-mo will be in the clip itself, so that's pretty sick. Let's see. How about a frontside flip down this staircase? That'd be cool. So I'm gonna go up here, and then frontside flip. Oh, that was not very good. I go for the medium pop. Okay, not bad. Make it a little bit cleaner though, not that sketchy. Hop down, frontside flip. Baby, nice. Okay, so I got the clip. And let's take a look at where I can film this from. I can film it from over here. Not bad. Film it from this side, back side. That's pretty sick. Because he lands front side. Film it from down here. I kind of missed his pop though. I kind of want to see the top, honestly, a little bit. So I'm gonna film it from like right over here. I'm gonna zoom in. Watch this. Let's zoom into the guy. I'm pressing the right button, zooming in all the way. I'm gonna take a picture of that. That's my first frame. Playing forward in time. And for this one, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna stay in the same spot. I'm not gonna move at all. And I'll let him do a trick there. So I'll zoom back out. Another frame. Now he's winding up. I'm gonna start zooming up even more. There's a frame right there. Then he's popping up and doing a trick. And I'm gonna zoom out even more. And then he lands. And then I'm gonna start zooming back in. Not bad, not bad. I think I'm gonna adjust it a little bit more. So this frame I'll delete completely. I think I want him right in the middle of the frame there, and that should look good. I didn't really need to zoom in at the end there. Maybe I'll get rid of the zoom. You don't really need to zoom at the end. It's all up to you guys. All up to you. So here's the clip. Ollies down. Frontside flip. Boom. Not bad. Ollies down. Slow-mo. I like how I filmed that. That's really sick. Nice. And that is it. That's basically how you can film in Skater XL. Use as little keyframes as possible. Always go back and edit your clips. Always film it roughly first and then watch it. And then add and delete keyframes as you need it. So that's basically how I do it. Do one more fisheye clip. Frontside 360. And I'll try to film as fast as possible. So over time, when you get experience with this game, it really does teach you a lot about filming in real life too. So taking this knowledge that you know from this game and applying it to real life clips is really, really sick. You get a lot of practice with this game with filming. So I'll try a front 3 over this. That was clean. So I'm gonna go play it back in time. Zoom up. Press A, make him pause. Now I'm gonna zoom out. I'll put like right there. Then I'll roll up to the very action where the action starts happening. Right about there. Capture that. Going over the rail. Capture all of that. Keep turning, keep tilting. Maybe capture it like this, and then go through the rail or whatever. Whatever you guys want to do. And obviously I should have let him go farther, but that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures taken. And at the beginning it's kind of jumbly, eh? Right there, it kind of jumbles back, which isn't bad. Right there, he leaves the frame a lot. So yeah, you can mess around with the frames, adding and deleting frames. The less you have, the smoother it'll be typically. But also he might leave the camera. So if he leaves the camera, add frames at those moments. So basically the main tips are use as little keyframes as possible and add keyframes wherever he leaves the frame, essentially. That's how I do it. So hopefully this video helped you guys out with filming. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you guys want to hang out with us on Twitch as well, I'm streaming Skater XL like almost every single day right now. So I go live at 1 p.m. Eastern. And you can ask me questions on how to film and, you know, just chill, ask the chat. It's pretty crazy in there lately, so if you guys want to come hang out, I'm chilling every single day playing Skater XL. You can ask me live, ask me in my Discord. Other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.